All right, guys, today we're going to talk about frogging. Whenever you think about fishing a frog for largemouth bass, there's one name that comes to mind: SPRO. SPRO has been the leader in the frog fishing world for as long as I've been alive. As long as I've thrown a frog, I've thrown SPRO Frogs. So today we're going to kind of talk about what frogs to use for certain situations and when to change colors and all that good stuff. So obviously, you know, you got your whites and you got your more natural colors like brown or green. So you just kind of, and then obviously, you know, you got your straight nose and your popping frog. So in the past few years, the popping frog has really been a key player for me. This is my favorite color. It's called like red ear, I think. The popping frog is good in so many different scenarios. So just say you're going down a bank and you have, you know, water willows or something just not coming that far off the bank, and you want to work that frog as much as you can close to the bank. The popping frog is so good for that. You can pop it and it just walks back and forth, has a back and forth walking action, and those just drives those fish crazy. Whereas a straight nose frog, you know, might be better if you're in really thick pads or thicker vegetation where you want that nose to just part whatever you're coming through right out of the way, because the popping frog is going to kind of hang a little bit on the nose right there, more so than a straight nose frog would. So like if you're fishing a mat, like say you're at Lake Guntersville and you're fishing a topped out hydrilla mat, the straight nose frog is going to be a better option for you on that scenario. So now choosing color. SPRO makes so many awesome color frogs. You know, I throw all of them. I like to rotate frogs a ton just to see which ones they like, or they're liking a little bit more for that day. You know, you want to throw a darker frog when it's overcast. You want to throw a lighter frog when it's bright skies. Say you're fishing a shad spawn. We just got back from Lake Murray and I was fishing a shad spawn, and I was rotating up between a few different shad colored frogs. So this one is obviously the sexy shad, great color frog. And then you got your solid white one, and then you got the tropical white with it's got a little orange in it. You just want to kind of rotate through these frogs and see which ones they're keying in on more. You know, when the shad are spawning and there's fish blowing up in the shad and you can't get bit, you know, maybe change that frog, because like you see how this one's got a little bit of blue and black in his legs. This one has a little bit of orange in it, and this one's just got plain white. You know, certain fish key in on certain different colors. So whenever you're on a shad spawn or anything shad related, throwing a popping frog, throwing any kind of frog, and you're not getting bit, don't be scared to change that color up a little bit, and just to see if that one little color change going from orange to blue or orange to white might be the key to get you more fish in the boat. All right, now we're going to talk about when you're not fishing shad related stuff, when you're fishing more brim related bass. So there's a lot of different good brim colors. You know, and the other thing is, don't just look at the backs of the colors of the frogs. Look at the bellies, because that's what the fish are going to be seeing the most. So, you know, on an overcast day, generally speaking, you normally want to throw a little bit darker colored frog, whether it be your black with yellow belly, whether it be your red, just straight black with a little bit of red on the sides, or just straight black belly. You know, when you get out of those overcast days, or when you get out of the overcast days, you want to switch more to natural colors. The fish are being able to see your bait a lot better on the surface when it's high skies, when it's not many clouds in the sky. So you want to go to the more natural colors, like you can't tell me that doesn't look like a bluegill. Maybe a little bit of white with a little bit of green side, more like a translucent color. Or you can just go to like a red, yellow, green. All brim are going to have some sort of color like that in them. So another thing, or the green pumpkin. I mean, that has been such a good killer on not overcast days, just high skies. For some reason, those bass just love that color. It's kind of like a translucent green, so it's not too like dense of a color, but it also works great in overcast. I just can't stress enough on, if you're throwing a frog and you're not getting bit, change colors. I've fished with a bunch of good frog fishermen over the years growing up, fishing as a co-angler on the tour before I switched to the front. Been around a lot of great professional frog fishermen too, and they all say the same thing. You know, they all got their one or two colors that they like the most, but they also say, you know, if you're not getting bit, don't be scared to change. You know, just change every 30 minutes, change every 20 minutes. Whenever that bite window is, early in the morning, or if you're practicing, especially if you got time to practice, just change frogs, constantly change. See which ones you might get bit on more. Yeah, they might bite this color frog, but you might throw this one and get bites 3 to 1 compared to this one. So don't be scared to change color frogs when you're out there on the water. And so we're going to get out here now and see if we can put some of these frogs to use and get some big blow-ups and catch some big bass.